So, first and foremost, what role do you see ITU playing in watermarking authenticity problems? Just feel free to go down the line.
I think you said it well, which is this is an international problem that cannot be solved by any one country or set of companies. And so, while the work of C2PA may have started in the C2PA, as you saw on my slide, we've been working with international standards bodies, ISO, ETSI, et cetera, already to bring it to the international community. And this week is a great opportunity to make that even larger, but with the inclusion of the ITU. So I welcome it. I think it's the right thing to do, is to bring it out to the wider community.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the sheer age of the ITU is really interesting, because this isn't like, we're not at the end of history. This is in many ways the beginning, but we can also learn a lot from the past. There's a ton of technology in other areas, in other parts of even IoT security and places like that we can apply immediately if we just have that kind of holistic wide view. So I think a body like the ITU, which already had the wisdom to bring this community together here, carrying that on, achieving the goals that we just heard, I'm very grateful for it. It's a great thing.
Yeah, like I said in my presentation, I think the ITU is the best equipped in handling on the international collaboration and standardization on digital watermarking. I think there's already a synergy from the major global players from Europe, China, and the US. They all stated in their policy that there's a requirement for content labeling, right? So I think ITU can build on that synergy and bring all parties together and come up with a common solution on digital watermarking.
Me too. So I will say that in addition to the major players that you just discussed, ITU has an incredible convening power for the minor players, right? 193 member nations, if I got that right. I hope I got that right. Excellent. 193, probably 40 of them are already playing in this environment. We have to get to the other 153, and ITU is the way to do that.
Absolutely. And one final question for everyone. If there's one thing that you want people to take away from today's session, what would it be?
I get to start now?
Yeah, you start.
The situation's getting better. Look, we are not at a loss here. We have tools that are available today to help indicate whether or not material should be trusted to users of a wide variety. What we have to do is get those tools into the hands of the creators and the consumers to allow them to be used so that, again, my grandmother can know whether or not the thing that she sees on a social network should be trusted or not.
Yeah, I would say spread the word, because there are so many tools available, publicly available online. So just tell everybody, use it.
So that's a me too, but also if you were people here are probably in a position of influence to take some of this information back and do that outreach. So if you're in a position to tell people who maybe don't know about the availability of things that Andrew mentioned, then absolutely lean on them. It's very clear from the evidence that provenance is a huge part of this, solving this problem, and yeah, let's get moving.
Yeah, I'll take, in addition to the Me Too's, I'll actually add a little, I would say negative comment, but more practical, which is that we've solved a lot of the problems. You've heard about a lot of this throughout the day and throughout the week. There's still much more to do, not practically, technically, educationally, and that I would say my call is get involved. Come, join, bring your use cases, the types of things Touradj talked about. Bring, in different industries. We've heard about some very unique things. Body cameras and security cameras finance. Are there all sorts of areas where this idea of provenance could play out and isn't today? And I think one of the growing areas is going to be figuring out how we apply it in these other places.
So I guess I have the last word. In addition to the global standardization that I mentioned, not one country or a few, not one company or a few, not one organization standard setting, but as many as possible. I think that in parallel, we should not forget, in addition to global standards, we need to convince regulators to use these standards, and we have to have a very, very strong and solid solution for certification. That is something that is very important, because anybody can claim that they are compatible with standards, but you need actually a way to prove that. And in fact, it's not new in many situations. Standardization, regulation, and certification have gone hand in hand. Here we should do the same. Not only we need global standards, we have to start from the beginning, informing and maintaining, and I don't know what's the right word for that, caring to our regulators around the world. So every one of you, our ambassadors know to go back, talk to them if you have contacts, and the certification. Thank you.
Thank you so much.